It's no word of a lie that this is a game I have wanted to get my hands on for quite some time. Why didn't I? Can't answer that question, honestly. There always seemed to be something else that needed the money, or it just wasn't there. It wasn't in stock. Replay games, thankfully, and Bangor. Shout out to Gareth. Hello, Gareth. One copy. First day out in like 9-10 months or something out there, and Wisa and I went down, seen Replay Games, had a quick hello with Gareth, obviously socially distanced and responsible and all the rest of it, and went up to the back for a look, and lo and behold, one copy, Fury of Dracula. 3 printings now, 3rd edition, WizKids and Games Workshop, and yeah, okay. Dracula fan. You might figure that out, given, stuff. But yeah, it's nice to finally have it. Okay, it might still be a while before I actually get to play it, unfortunately. But I thought, you know what? It's nice and it's shiny, it's new. The cellophane is just off it. Let's have a little look inside. Flip over the back. I'm in that kind of excited mode at the minute still, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm kind of a little bit woo, because it's just like, yay, happiness. So what have we got here? The Count has returned. You think that you have left me without a place to rest, but I have more. My revenge is just begun. I spread it over the centuries, and time is on my side. Bram Stoker's Dracula. It is 1898. 8 years ago, the most evil Count Dracula travelled to London to spread his vampiric curse. In this, he was stopped by a small band of God-fearing people who managed to thwart his plans and destroy him within the very shadow of Castle Dracula. Or so they thought. In Fury of Dracula, one player assumes the role of the Count, secretly moving across Europe, siring vampires and laying traps for his pursuers. Dracula's opponents are the hunters, who must discover the fiend's location and destroy him before his undead thralls claim dominion over the night. What's not to love? What's not to love? You've got to love it even more when you see inside it, honestly. I pop the lid off. And we have our rules reference. For some reason it's refusing to stay straight tonight. Either that or my eyes are not staying straight. So, okay, even with 3rd edition, it's a busier rule book. Okay, there's lots of stuff going on in this one. But it does break it down. We've got our glossary breaking it down into the sections, who's who and what's what. But there's no denying there's a lot to take on board here with this one. Okay? So lots of effects. But this is your reference, so when you encounter things, the idea is it's alphabetized, you can dive in here, have a quick look, and the reference that you need, the rules that you want, are kind of very quickly to hand for you. So you don't really need to learn it until you need to learn it. Naughty. People will be like, oh, Andrew, that's terrible. And we've got our index there as well. Okay, and then a quick reference sheet at the back. So once you're more au fait, once you're more familiar with the flow of it all, pretty much, as with most board games, this kind of sheet is the only thing you'll need to concern yourself with. Happy days. But what of the rest of the box, Andrew? Well, thankfully, we have a Learn to Play. Ta-da! It even says, Learn to Play. Okay. And the idea behind this one is they know there's a lot going on. This is a busy, I would say mid-range, mid to heavy category. So this one breaks it down, what all the components are, gives you all the names, what everything does, setup of the board, ideally where to place your cards, so you kind of know where to look for stuff and things like that there. Object game, everything, it's a walkthrough. This is the closest you're going to get to somebody who knows the game already, sitting with you and teaching you how to play it. Now, I'll be honest, I have had a skim through it, and I've got to say, it does read fairly straightforwardly. If you're completely new to board games, okay, you're kind of diving in a bit high. It's more than your Clue or Monopoly level, okay? It's a tad more complex than Trivial Pursuit, perhaps. But in saying that, as long as you make a cup of tea, sit down, have a go through this before you sit down to the game, I think you should be okay. And there we go. Again, one of the things I love to see in books like this here is there's loads of pictorial references. So they'll tell you the thing, they'll show you the thing, they'll give you an example of the thing. They try at every turn to help you engage with the rules. See it, read it, know what it's about. I'll let go of combat. Okay. And those are the important credits that you need to know and who's been involved in all of this as well, because it's all very frightfully important stuff. Then we start coming down to contents. We've got lovely tokens. Every game needs tokens. Some games have too many. This game has a lot, but I don't think too many. Okay. So you're going to have your kind of bit of hidden movement in this one where Dracula's doing his stuff and you're kind of, where is he, trying to second guess, trying to get ahead of him and stuff like that there. And then we have a map reference. So there is the full-size board, but this card is designed to help you kind of quickly find where places are. We've got the character cards giving you their abilities, their strengths, health. And they've got backs on them, which is just nice. You don't need it, but it's just nice when you're going to print a thing to add a little bit of added art. Gives it a little sense of completion. And there, of course, Mina Harker. Possibly one of the strongest characters in the actual story, but that's for another day. And Professor Van Helsing there, and of course Dracula himself. Well, a version of Dracula. There have been many. There's only one true, and this one is another adaptation. Now, this board is quite big, okay? I will try to include a photograph of it for you around about now. But in the meantime, we shall do it by sections. So we've got our map, and it is huge. It's a trifold board. It goes into 6, so we've got kind of references and things like that going on, and then we've got the different places and the different means of travel around the board. We've got rail routes and roads and rivers and sea crossings and things like that there too. Flip it down there, show you the Madrid side. Okay, but it is, I mean, we've got the two cameras running here at the minute, so there you go, it's very big. But the photograph hopefully conveyed that for you anyway. Got our little silica gel pack to keep everything fresh. And personally, I always keep those in the games anyway. I just tend to tuck them into the desk space so they're still in there. Always love it when they give us a few extra baggies, because obviously once we open up these cards, they flop around the place, they lie around, they slide and all the rest of it. I know some of you love to put them in protectors. We don't all go down the road of protectors. Can't all afford that on top of the price of the game. And then we have 3 fairly hefty decks of cards. I'll take a little look at those in a moment. And I think this is just filler. Pretty sure this is just filler. I'm wrong. It's not just filler. I was playing with these really. These are the figures. Figures, Andrew. Yes, there's figures in this game. And they're all in there safe and sound. So these are our main characters. And they're pre-painted. No hobby. Don't have to do anything. pop these out. Look at that. In fact, well, I'll show you them, but again, we'll do the little photograph thing so you get a better look at them as well. Obviously, it's WizKids. You've got the HeroClix thing and all that in the background, so, you know, doing figures, it's kind of their thing. And I've got to say, I think they are quite nice. Here's Professor Van Helsing. Come out. Look at that. Isn't he just class? Lovely. And then Mina. She is not taking any nonsense this time round. Pistol out. Come on! And then, of course, Dracula. Looking remarkably at one of the Darth Vader figures that you get these days. Come out. Come out! I don't want to come out into the light. Look at that. Brill. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Put that little box back in later on. Would you like to see some of the cards? I mean, you're here, you might as well have a little bit of a gander at it. Now, to clarify, I haven't got reading all of the rules yet. This is literally fresh in my hand, a vague awareness of the game's sort of overall mechanic. What we'll probably do is, at another juncture, revisit this maybe with a little bit of a gameplay video for you so we can sort of show you how it actually plays out. But in the meantime, we're just here. Don't want to take up too much of your time and just show you what you get inside it. So these are, I think, will be a mixture of cards, but these should mostly be sort of location-based cards, where various things will happen. Mobs. And I love the fact that the map just ties in, the map cards tie in, so finding where the places are makes sense. And different types of vampires, wolves, desecrated soil, oh my god. Sometimes you'll always get repeats of cards. Unnatural fog, hoax. Look at that, look at the artwork on that. Class. It's always nice whenever you're not shortchanged on the quality of the artwork on the cards and things like that, where it is really part of the fabric of the game. It's a very important tie-in because this is the theme that when you're playing it, these are the things that keep reinforcing the flavour of the game onto you. So it's lovely to see them being treated with the same respect and whatnot. So again, as I say, whole mixture of events and opportunities and characters as we go through those. I'm being very naughty putting these back in the box. These are going to be everywhere tomorrow. There's no doubt at some point I will end up lifting the box the wrong way. They'll just all mix. But sure, it's the fun of resorting them out. Of course, I could, when we're finished, actually put them in the baggies like I'm supposed to. Am I going to do that? Probably I will. So again, a couple of different card types tucked in here. So we've got various items, Heavenly Host, knives, bullets, punch, for our various combat opportunities. And you might be looking at these and seeing lots of repeats and thinking, oh, you know, a lot of these cards, I'm seeing the same card appear and appearing. Because you're playing through these decks and getting them, and multiple players are looking for them as well, you do have to have repeats of cards. But then what you'll tend to find is some of the basic cards repeat a lot. The fancier cards you're normally only getting a few of, so the opportunity to use them is a little bit reduced. rumours and characters, hired scouts, lucky finds, newspaper reports, whether it's day or night, stuff like that there. Lovely. And then these should be critters, if I am not mistaken. Escape was a bat. Strength. Claws. Great wolf. Hidden schemes. Don't need to go through them all. It's just to give you an idea of the type of things that they are and the different abilities that they will convey onto the Dracula pair. We've got an actions reminder card. Nice. That's a bit more like the classic kind of Dracula image there. There's lots of callbacks to the classic story too. And there is that, they've kind of got that feeling of the movies, you know, like the Hammer horror stuff going on as well. Not saying it is that, I'm just sort of saying that some of the artwork gives you that feeling and suggestion. Which, why would you not? So there we go. Lovely. So that is literally a quick, I think we're under 20 minutes. That is just a little guided tour of what's inside the box. To sort of give it a little show. Well, as I say, hopefully we've remembered to put the photographs onto the video as well, so that you can see some of the stuff a little bit close up, and you can pause it if you want to. Go back, pause it, see what you think of it. But there we go. That is Fury of Dracula. And I, for one, am very pleased to finally get my hands on it. Looking forward to fully getting to grips with it, really sinking my teeth into it. And yes, if you like, give it a little like down below. Give us a little comment if that has tickled your fancy. If you haven't already, love to hear about it. What's your thoughts on it? If this is new to you, great. And yeah, if the interest there, we will certainly look at doing a little setup slightly further back on the camera angle, and we'll do a little bit of a gameplay on how the whole thing works too, so pop along back for that in due course as well. Meantime, thanks for watching, and if you've got the time, give us a little subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. Catch you later, bye bye.